Okay, this is kind of building on some of the stuff we started to do last time with the breath work, and then we're going to do a little vocalizations, going to do some range checking.
Gotcha.
Okay, so first thing is just our stance. It's really important, you know, especially with texting and everything. Like we're all like this.
Yeah.
And we're kind of like we're like walking around like this.
Yeah.
So roll your shoulders back and feel like, you know, your shoulder blades kind of coming together. Not like it's pinched, but just that it kind of opens these muscles in here in your chest, and it kind of you feel the broadness of your chest, and feel like kind of loose in there, aligned, and then kind of release your head back so that it's really in line with your spine. You know what I mean? Okay, good. Now from that, feel looseness and breath in here. So you're not going. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like breathe into your neck and feel like expand. Yeah, good. You feel that? Do you feel it all the way kind of going down to your lower back?
Yeah.
Good, and going all the way down to your lower abs. Okay, so it's really like down here. And also, I release my jaw under my ear. I let that jaw just kind of release from here. Let it kind of hang and angle back. Almost like you were holding something in the back of your mouth, like you were holding liquid in the back of your mouth. Okay, now, how does that affect your throat here? What do you feel on the sides of your throat when you kind of do that and let your tongue just kind of relax down in your mouth?
Kind of opens up.
Yeah, it just kind of relaxes and you feel softness, the softening of the larynx. All that is kind of how we want to sing. We're now aligning sort of a big open straw between the breath power and the resonators. So we're not bending the straw or cutting the straw by maligning ourselves and singing like this or tightening our jaw or anything like that. The whole thing has, which is exactly the position for all the great sound, and certainly for the like rolling legit baritone stuff that you want to sell in the room for all the 1965s.
Yeah.
Okay? So, from that position, I want you to put your hand on your lower abs and feel the muscle. If you were holding in your pee like you couldn't, you know, get off the freeway in time, and you're like, oh my God, where's this rest stop? I have to pee so bad, and you have to hold your pee in. Okay, so hold your pee in for a second. Do you feel that where that muscle is engaging? Okay, that's the muscle that's going to be the shush moving muscle. Now release that, soften it. Now as you breathe in and just allow the air in, just like the jacuzzi breath. Just feel yourself get fat all over. Everything just like blooms, like you're in a jacuzzi and you go, oh, that feels so good. You feel everything just like release?
Yeah.
Every time you breathe, even at your most nervous, remember the inhale is a release and a letting go.
Right.
It's not a muscling out and muscling it in, it's not pushing, it's letting it go. And then when you sing and the air is moving, that's when you feel the muscular moving air engagement. But every time you breathe, let it go. Okay, so let it go. Breathe in, and give me a fast moving SH. From the PP muscle moving in. And also think about this air from below. What it's doing is it's pushing air up to the point of kind of the diaphragm suspension, and that's what's kind of holding the ribs and the lower back out. So this pump is the air that's feeding and kind of feeling air going into here.
Right, sure.
Okay, so breathe in, open, and yeah. You feel this, letting this be out. That's it. Okay, and now every time you do that too, even with the shush, think about like, how can I keep my larynx soft? Like just not, so you don't feel, I'm going to talk about the brake pads. You feel the sides of your throat like coming in, like, you feel that pinch. Okay, we want to feel that loosening, that feeling, not of a pinch. You're going to feel your throat moving, of course, but there's times where you can feel pinching down here to make notes, and you want to feel a softening here. So a good way to kind of feel that is if you were in a steam, like you're in a steam room and you're breathing in deep, warm steam, like, you know, you're steaming over a kettle, you know. Just breathing in healing, warm steam. Do you feel the sides of your throat kind of relax and open? Okay, that's what you want to feel when you're singing. Okay, so if it starts to pinch, we're going to find other ways to do that. So now, so let's do 3 long shushes. So relax and open. It's all the way to the spine, to the spine, to the spine, to the spine, to the spine. Yes. Release, open, and good, and release. Make sure that your head stays back, it doesn't go forward. So, feel, right now I'm feeling this going forward, and you have a sway back, and this is kind of arching back. It's kind of like forward, back, like that, like forward, back, forward. Okay, so see if you can get it right on top of your hips. Right on top, there. Now feel the shush. Yeah, does that feel differently to you? Okay. Now you're not breaking or bending the straw anywhere. It's like, it's gonna be like whoosh. Okay. So, on a lip trill, okay. Actually, let's do up in falsetto, okay. You're gonna feel the shushed air. Good, yeah. And the tongue is just relaxed and down the back. It's not pitching up and going, so the throat's really in that soft throat position. Okay? And a fast slide, and the air, the thing that's doing is the shush, like the loos on the shush. Just shushing it out. Here we go. Release. Stay in falsetto. So you can go, and yeah, so really dilate that on the bottom. Yeah, if you feel that breathy head voice position, okay, what I'm training you to do in this part of your range, it's an exercise, it's not the final result, right? It's an exercise to allow you not to pinch and compress, and go, and start to feel the brake pads, and it's like a breathy head voice, like you're blowing into a jug. That sound, okay. You're gonna feel a stretch along the bottom. Do you feel it kind of widening down here? That's right. Falsetto, which means that this air is shushing the whole time. It's a lot of shush. Give me a couple of shushes. Shh. That's what the feeling is. I'm feeling a little, you feel that little, so see if you can soft go, like really open. It doesn't have to be loud either. Better. It almost feels like loud. The shush. Release, open. Good. How's your voice feel?
Good. Okay.
Kind of open and nice, right? And it feels like, to me, when I do that for a while, I feel these other overtones kind of in my speech. When I speak, I feel like, oh, there's more like higher resonances going on and stuff like that, which is good. Yeah. Because we spend so much time riding our chords or talking down here or singing bass, and then we're like, oh my God, my top is kind of gone.
Yeah.
So to work, you bring the top down all the time, okay? Now, what's also really important is the larynx stays flexible. As the as we go through different parts of our range, the voice is like a rocket ship. Okay, so when a rocket ship first takes off, it needs a lot of like energy and propulsion to start to break the atmosphere and get off the ground. So the lower chest voice is the biggest part of the rocket ship, and the rocket ship's the biggest. All right, and then though, as we start to go higher to the atmosphere, just like a rocket ship, we have to drop some of the rocket ship to release the weight and go higher, and then we really go to break the orbit. It drops again, and we have the smallest thing to go to the top. So the larynx kind of rocking back and forth in our throat. It's not necessarily jumping up and down. It's actually rocking forward and back in our throat, and that laryngeal tilt, that laryngeal release, is the dropping of the rocket ship weight as we go. We'll kind of recalibrate. Okay, so to find what that feels like, and to really like exercise, really kind of a yodeling experience, okay? So the first is when you make a lizard face. Okay, you just feel like, hold onto these muscles and feel when they kind of go into the top of your chest. Do you feel like where it kind of gets down in here, and where those chords connect and just release? That was just an exercise to find that. Okay, now, a real wide spread, okay, we're gonna say, ah, ah, not tongue out, just ah, ah. Yeah, like like hat, ah, ah. Good. Now don't fry. Think about still shushing. Ah, ah, and real wide. Ah, ah. Good. Now put your hands here at the bottom of your throat, and as you do that, what do you feel? Ah, ah. Do you feel your larynx rocking forward against where your fingers are? Okay, that's the rock forward. Now we're gonna flip into falsetto. So we're gonna go, ah woo, ah woo, ah woo, and feel what happens here. Ah woo. See how it goes away? Rocks forward and back. This is the rock. Okay, so we're gonna do a bunch of that and really shush it. So it's ah woo, shh, shh. Okay, here we go. Ah woo, ah woo. Release. Ah woo. Breathe. Ah woo. Breathe. Ah woo. Go wide. Ah woo. Lateral. Ah woo. 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 Okay, now talk a little bit. How's it feel?
Different.
What does it feel like?
Just like open and relax.
Yes. So now your voice is like, oh, thank you. So do this all the time. These two exercises say, it's good for me to release. It's good for me to allow this, not to feel like the larynx locks or stays down or something. It moves and allow it to happen. Okay? So now, let's go. And what I'm starting to do is, listen to what I'm doing. So if you feel like breathy head voice, let's talk like that, but breathy head voice. Right. Breathy head voice. Breathy voice. Right. So that's what this kind of feels like. So I'm gonna go. So it's not this. Feel that kind of pinchy? Okay. That feels a little too. If I was doing like that, everybody would sound like that, like breathy head voice. And that's that soft larynx. And the shush is what keeps that released. Because if you stop shushing, if you stop the air here, there's nowhere for them to make the sound but to go and just come from the throat. Shh. Everything is shushed. Everything. So here we go. See if you can blow into head. You feel that little, you feel the pinching? Listen, it goes like this. It feels like that to me. And put your hand here for a second on me.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So instead of going, which is what I was hearing on you, feel the little brake pads.
Right.
Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh. Feel that little like larynx softening.
Yeah.
The larynx just kind of goes, ugh.
Right.
Just softens and goes, ugh. And not because I'm pushing it down or muscling it, it's just you're letting it go. So put your hands here. And as it starts to move, keep the breath moving from below and let your larynx just kind of release on the sides. Go. You feel that release?
Yeah.
So you're blowing into that position. So it means you're on the way up, you're kind of like in here, you're already in that position, so it's already here. You're not going, ooh. Okay. Okay. Better. Keep the shush moving. You can hum if you want to. Go. Now let's go ooh. And your goal is to make it feel smooth. So if it means transitioning to that breathy head voice sooner, so it kind of has an evenness, was it ooh, right?
Okay.
Transitioning pretty low. Again, I'm just training my body to not pinch in the upper middle. Because if you pinch in the upper middle, the top will be pinched. You have to release in the upper middle. Okay. Yes, not too much weight in the bottom, is it? Stand up straight. Yes. Nice. Okay, so now let's add a little bit more of your full voice, but keep thinking of releasing into that. So let me actually show you kind of where we're going with this. This breathy middle, this breathy head voice position has a nice release. And the thing that brings in more of the power is more shush, not more screaming or more yelling from the throat. So let me just show you what that feels like, okay? So, here's like a D, okay? And also in here. It's more lean into the lower, the fat waist.
Right.
And this moving faster, that brings in the full voice. And I want you to feel what happens here. It's not me suddenly going, it's not me pinching, okay? What'd you feel? Yeah, but I don't think about singing wider or like. I'm not thinking about widening. It's just those larynx just releasing, and this is bringing that in.
Right.
Okay. So
Okay.
let's see if we can do it. add more breath, speed, and think about that it's sinking into the fat waist. Think about this shush sinking into the back with a long back and like into the fat waist.
Right.
Okay? Stand up straight. Shoulder, head back. Don't be careful with this. Yeah, I know. Now, to give me more air. Did you feel the air stopped? Give me a couple of shushes. Release open. Fast air. Lift your. That's right. The air is fast. Kick in fast shush. Careful. No, not muscle. Breathy and voice. And then think the sides of the throat releasing and the shush is going faster in the back. See if we can relax the throat. Just breathy head voice. Give me some ows. Ow. Ow. Wait a minute. Ah. First. Ow. Yeah, lateral. Ow. Ow. Breathe. Ow. Breathe. Ow. Okay. Ow. Now think about hear how much air is in that ooh. Ooh. Put your hand here on me. Ooh. 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 Shh. Right? Okay. Put your hand on you. Lower, lower, where you hold the B in. Breathe into that. Think about relax. Easy. Breathy head voice. Breathy head voice. Ooh. Good. So there's a great way to kind of bridge the passaggio gap and keep approaching it as a exercise in this breathy head voice position. Because what you're training your body to do is not grab and compress in those ranges.
Right.
And then what you're going to also find is the full voice is going to come in with like 5 more miles an hour, 10 more miles an hour on the shush, and suddenly it'll be like, ooh.
Right.
But I'm in a full head voice position, and it's kind of just the resonance is stretching, but it's not because I'm going in my throat to do it.
Right.
Okay. So let's just try this. Now we also want to get some front resonance in here. So let's go E. Good. open. Feel that little, right behind the earlobes. Like if you were to go dum dum jaw or just fall asleep in the car and it kind of goes back like that. It sort of, what's that? So the jaw releases down and back and then it drops to the front.
Okay.
As opposed to just dropping here and keeping it tight. It first unhinges back. Give me your hand. So here.
Right.
Under the earlobes, right?
Yeah.
And then drops. So you'll feel like a real stretch in your molars. Try it. Aha! And the tongue is just down and relaxed in the back.
Okay.
Go. See if we can just ride the air, ride the shush. And kind of just keep that soft and feel breathy head voice on the way up. Ah.
Okay.
Again, do you feel that?
Yeah.
Do you feel the air just, and because you didn't grip in the throat, just like pass through.
Okay.
That's a passagio. It passes through when you don't let that side's grip. That's what the soft breathy head voice teaches you. Okay? Shush like a crazy person. Okay? So watch. Go. Good. That was an F sharp. Okay? We went up to an A flat. We kind of passed through an A. You were starting to flip at a G. An F sharp seems to be an okay connected head voice for you. Here. Yes. Now stay on the speaking level. Stay on E, but just feel that kind of breathy head voice as you go up. You're supposed to totally off my speaking level. You still can stay E. Drop the jaw behind the ears. Good. Okay. So I would say maybe your top, like comfortable top, would be an F sharp. I probably really dependable. Let's do a little bit of let's do a bit of sustain. Oh, you want to do an ah?
Sure.
Go yeah. Don't grab. Just more shush. Easy. Really breathy. False note. So think about going to that place with more air under it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're not going to like a. You're going to. And on the way up, release. Oh. Okay, good. So, with that, I would suggest that we do open road in E flat. I would suggest we find Forest the Trees maybe in a slightly lower key. We print that out in a lower key if that's something you also really want to do. Her face would be smack dab for you.
Okay.
comes once in a lifetime, smack dab for you. And then there are also like Lancelot songs, like
Okay.
C'est Moi from Camelot. Oh my God. If Ever I Would Leave You.
Okay.
My Time of Day, Sky Masterson. So Sky Masterson and Lancelot in Camelot would be great. We'll have to bring down Cable to do that carefully taught. We have to bring that down to the key that's right for you. Because
Right.
Cable's more tenory.
Yeah.
You look more tenory.
I know.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
But doing this all the time, starting to you have the capability to stretch it. You just
Right.
kind of work your muscles to
Yeah.
keep releasing on the way up.
Okay.
But right now it's like use what you got, right?
Of course.
Okay, so that was helpful.
Yes. I agree.
Okay, so now and that's a good thing to keep drilling with and keep finding, you know?
Okay.
Let me put this on pause. Okay, so let's read through these lyrics real quick and see if we can kind of create the story of the song.
Okay.
So it's starting from the bridge.
Alright.
So he's already like on the open road. He's already taking
Yeah.
the road trip, right? And this is when he actually meets the guy.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I met this kid who wanted to go cross country, like I did, but wouldn't hitch a ride because he had.
But he wouldn't hitch because he
Right.
had too much pride.
Wouldn't hitch because he had too much pride. So I offered him a ride, and we learned about each other's lives as we talked all through the night. And when he thought the time was right, he kissed me in the car beneath the starless sky. And with that kiss, he opened up my mind, and we went driving. We were driving, just me, a beautiful boy, and the open road.
That's your 32 bar.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. And then you have the full song there. So
Right.
I think let's personalize it yourself. Meaning that start to create imagery, people, places, things that you can kind of like throw on your own movie screen. And when you see those things, you have kind of a real connection to them. Like load the
Yeah.
images up with stuff that really triggers you in your gut.
Okay.
Okay. So who's the guy?
Oh boy. I don't know.
Do you have like a first kiss?
A girl.
Okay. Have you not had a first kiss with a guy yet?
Yeah, I have. I don't consider that.
It wasn't great.
It wasn't great, so yeah.
Have you had anybody where you're like, or a huge crush?
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like I've had some iffy crushes, but it's just like whatever.
Okay.
But that's like okay.
So what about what if
Yeah.
so who would be like a celebrity that would be that if you thought about that person got in your car?
Yeah.
So I mean like that can be who it is,
Definitely.
right? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So and then I met this kid who wanted to go cross country like I did, like, oh my God, Zac Efron's getting my car, or whatever. You know?
Yeah. Right. And then I met this kid who wanted to go cross country, like I did.
So then when you think about it though, like, and then I met this kid, like,
Okay.
and it's like, wow.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? I think that he doesn't necessarily, this character doesn't know that he's gay until that kid kisses him and he kind of opens up his mind. And it sort of was like, it was probably in there, but he had no attraction to him. But he probably didn't think, like, or he decided he was gay, I don't think.
Okay.
Because it opened up his mind.
Of course.
It was like, it solidified my choice. He doesn't say that.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Okay.
So see that person and how what would be a thought in your head about how that person looks? What would you say, like, oh my God, beautiful?
Yeah,
Or-
beautiful, stunning. Yeah.
Okay, so like, let that affect you, and then how does that make you say, when I met this kid?
Right. And then I met this kid who wanted to go cross country like I did,
What was he like?
but wouldn't hitch a ride because he had,
wouldn't hitch, don't add words. But wouldn't hitch.
wouldn't hitch. Okay. But wouldn't hitch a ride because
There's no ride, that's what I'm saying, that's what I'm correcting.
Oh.
So he's also stubborn. Like you maybe like we met him at a diner, like you pulled off at a Waffle House on the road,
Yeah.
and you're eating, and then there's like this guy's next to you, and he's like, well, you start talking, and he's like, yeah, I'm going cross country. I was like, how are you getting there? It's like, I'll make my way. You know, like, why don't you hitch? He's like, no.
Yeah.
We're like, all right, come with me. I'm going that way. You see what I'm saying? Like that's what happened. So your again your point of view. What does it make you feel when you say, but he wouldn't hitch because he had too much pride? Like, how do you feel about that? Like, if you were to keep talking after pride, what would you say? What's the feeling? What's the judgment, or the find that cute, or do you find that like stick in the mud, or do you find that? What do you find? You know.
Maybe I probably like cute.
Yeah, too much pride. Like, oh, he's so
funny.
Yeah, I'm kind of like.
Yeah.
And like, no, I won't ride. I won't hitch. I will not hitch. And you're like, come on, just hitch a ride.
Yeah.
Like, no, I can't do that. Oh, I don't want to be seen hitching. I want to be like thought of as a hitchhiker. You're freeloader. Like, I'll tell you what then. I'll give you a ride. Like, you have to kind of you have to replay the situation. So when you're telling the story, the movie of the situation, how you feel about revisiting that movie, is running for you, and it makes you feel something.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's never just exposition. Like, man, I'm telling you a story. It's always about you reliving the story and how you feel and how the story makes you feel. That's what we start to see is the emotion within you as you remember.
Right. Okay.
Okay?
So from where?
And the top.
And then I met this kid who wanted to go cross country like I did.
What was it like? What did he say?
But wouldn't hitch because he
Why?
had too much pride.
So what did you do?
I offered him a ride. And we learned about each other's lives as we talked all through the night. And when he thought the time was right, he kissed me in the car.
Now that's like, really be with that for a second.
Yeah.
Like, what if your first kiss was whoever that celebrity is
Right.
coming in for you and like giving you one, and then like it just really attracted to you and all that? It's like, oh my god!
Yeah.
Like, let that kind of, you know, how you speak about it has to be. You have to presence that moment, the magic and the wonder, and the surprise of it, and the like. Oh my god! I never felt this. The flutter of it. You know, it's like something else has to open up. And when he thought the time was right,
And when he thought the time was right,
what did he do?
he kissed me in the car beneath the starless sky.
And know the sky you're seeing. What's this, like a starless sky? Totally black, maybe just the moon, but no stars. So it's really kind of in the open road, like in the desert, so quiet. You know, just a little wind, or whatever. It's like it feels like you're like sitting out and talking about everything, and then he kisses you. It's like, oh, this is so romantic. It's so beautiful out here, and it's so private and so incredible. Okay, take it again. That was great.
And when he thought the time was right,
What did you do?
he kissed me in the car beneath the starless sky. And with that kiss,
What happened?
he opened up my mind. And we were driving.
Good. Now we have this repeat.
Yeah.
So, and it builds in height, and it builds in pace, and it builds in all that stuff. So, we went driving, and I suddenly realized, like, I'm in love with this guy, and it's okay. And I think I've met, like, I feel like right now the love of my life.
Right.
It's certainly my first love. Like, oh my God, we went driving. It was the most incredible night, and we just get closer and closer. We went driving, and we were so intimate and so. It was incredible. Like, we laughed and we made love, and it was just amazing. Like that's what's happening on the rest of the road trip.
Right. Okay.
So that's just like driving. It's not just about driving. It's about like laughing and kissing and eating and playing and like all that stuff. Swimming and
Just everything.
yeah. Like that's like it's just like an incredible summer relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So keep fill in the middles of the drivings with like phrases like that or whatever you want to see in your movie. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And we went driving, and he had his arm around me, and he was always kissing my neck, and we went driving, and we laughed, and we, made love all summer long, and we went driving, and saw everything together, and just got closer and closer. It seems like so you're deepening the joy and the relationship between the we went drivings.
Okay.
So you justify the excitement and the height of the notes. It's like and that lets out the high note. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So from
And we went driving.
And we went driving, and we stayed up late and watched romantic movies. We were driving, and we went super fast down dark and scary roads. And we were driving, and we didn't have a care in the world what anybody thought.
Who was it? Who was there?
Just me,
And who else?
a beautiful boy,
And what about the adventure?
the open road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So, the next thing when you start to learn the song is what I call layering the cake.
Okay.
Remember that it's the exact same thing, but you're singing.
Okay.
So it's not something like, it's something else. It's like, so go between, we went driving. Like, whatever you did when you vocally spoke it, the vocal color that you had, how you painted those words,
Right.
sing it the exact same way. Do the same physicality.
Okay.
We went driving. It was incredible. We went driving. We went driving. We were driving. Just me. Beautiful boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Match how you sang it and what you did in your singing. Then you're really creating the song as you go.
Yeah.
You're living the movie, you're feeling the movie, and then it's coming out on the notes, but it's like you're acting on the notes rather than now I'm singing the song and I'm in singer land doing vowels and vibrato
Right.
and stuff like that. You are singing the best you can, but it's always sourced to the moment acting and the vocal color and the physicality. It's just coming out of you. Like a monologue. Okay?
Yeah.
Good.
Definitely.
So we have to stop,
Okay.
but that's how we're going to start to build and work on these songs.
Okay.
Sort of in the similar way that we started to work on the monologues. Like, what does it make you think? What does it make you feel? What happens in your voice? What happens in your body? Especially the classical work, how to call those words. Same thing in musical theater. Classical theater and musical theater are very close because they're both heightened art forms.
Right.
You can't just speak pedantically, like I now have to speak in verse or in poetry because the feeling I'm having is so significant. I can't just speak, I now have to sing because the feeling is so big within me that it has to come out in a different, beyond just speaking
Right. Okay.
in some way.
Okay. Yeah, no,
Okay.
that would totally make sense.
Good.
All right.
Good work today, and so now you have a whole collection of songs.
Yes, and I
And
will
if
begin
we
working
can always
on them,
change them out, but start to bring them to Chris, and we can start to make cuts as well.
Okay.
All right.